and also I just went live on my other channel. If you don't know, I have another channel. It's called my name. It's not called my name. My name is Natasha Hynes. I've exposed myself. I doxed myself. You can find my other channel where I'm going to be doing exposés on cults and stuff like that. Like I really feel enthusiastically called to do that. It's just that it is so much work. I have a really big one coming up. But yeah, it's so much work, and I've been doing the whole this vlog as well as my book. Sorry about moving. Ah! Sorry everyone who just got car sick or whatever. So yeah, here's the proof of my book. So this band here is not going to be there, obviously. But I don't. Can you read this? Is this forward or backwards to you? Because it's backwards to me, but it's unconditional self-love on Amazon is where you can find it. I'll talk a little bit about what's in there later, not to bore you guys, but I am pretty proud of it. I worked on that book for a very, 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 very long time, and I just started. Like I started in probably 2017, I think. Yeah, the bulk of it, I think, or at least a good part of it, I started in 2017, and then I just went over it again recently. Hey, everybody, I'm gonna actually open the chat real quick so that I can see what you guys are saying to me. This is so crazy. So if you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm like very woo woo. So I'm gonna tell you something woo woo, and you can either follow me on that or not. But I just wanted to open the chat and go to the live chat. So I believe things happen for a reason and synchronicities and stuff like that. And when I go live on this channel, normally I have people like right now I have a dozen of you guys here. Normally immediately after I go live, I have people on this channel and you guys are lively in the chat saying hi and asking me questions, which by the way, you know, ask away, talk to me, tell me who's here. I see a whole bunch of you here, but I see nothing going on in the chat. So hi guys, let me know who's here and if you have any questions. But what I was gonna say was I tried this about an hour ago, and unlike every other time I go live, there was crickets in the live stream. I think we had like 3 people on. I'm like, this is weird. I'm gonna try this again in an hour. But then as soon as I ended the live, I saw another video pop up on YouTube, and I was compelled to talk about it. Hey, Wild Tiny Life, I'm good. How are you? And so I saw this video and I was compelled to talk about it. So I went on my other channel where I do more woo-woo stuff, and I talked about that topic for the last 45 minutes or so. And at the end of it, hey RA, at the end of it, I was like, oh, this was clearly influenced by my guides for me to talk until I found my own solution and whatever. And then now I'm back here like 2 seconds later and you guys are all here talking to me. Hey, Teresa's Crazy Life. Hey, Mystic. Hey, girl. Hey, Helen. Yeah, you're back. Thank you, Helen. Hey, Anna. Cool. So you see how that worked? Like I was prompted to get ready for a live stream, and then I was shown this video that like triggered me, and then I talked about the topic until I was told a thing that obviously my guides were trying to get across to me, and I didn't want to listen, and then I said it myself, and I'm like, oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Hey, Dave. Nice. How do you like van life, Dave? I know that you guys are all here for van life, or most of you anyways. And so I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to manage the content on this, because I'm not gonna I don't want to make stuff that you guys aren't interested in. So maybe we could talk about that today, about where to go. So I do have one vlog episode coming this week. Hey, Celeste. Wait, did I say hi to Celeste already? Hey, Belco. Whoops. Actually, let me go. You look here. Belco Glass. Um, you enjoy your own company, Dave. Yeah, I enjoy my own company too. I think van life is really good for people who enjoy being alone, and I enjoy being alone. Like, I like people too. Carl! I'm glad you're here, Carl. Will I be staying in Montreal with my relative or getting a place on my own? Well, I'm staying until Christmas because that was kind of the idea in the first place. Um, Awesome, Celeste. Thank you. Did I quit van life, Teresa? Okay. So what happened? The details, the juice, the tea, the whatever is. I hadn't been home for Christmas in a couple years, and I started feeling like I really should because you never know when you're not going to have a chance anymore. You know what I mean? And so I was like trying to figure out what I was going to do because I didn't want to move back to Montreal. And I had a couple of options, but I'm like, you know what would be awesome is if I could just stay with my cousin because he's like my favorite person in the world. And but he's got so much going on in this house most of the time. Um, and yeah, so anyways, I called them and I'm like, hey, yeah, so what do you think about this idea? So I can come home for Christmas or just stay with you for a couple months when it's too wintry to drive back over the mountains. And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then we talked again afterwards and he's like, yeah, nobody's here anymore. Like, just come in whenever you want. I have the space. And then I started getting this like feeling in my gut, like I should go now. And I'm just like, but I like it here. And then I'm like, I had this new job that I intended to keep for several months. And just that job just imploded. And my storage space was due. I'm like, okay, so either I renew the storage space and then I start working at another place, or I have an opportunity here to leave now. And I'm just like, and I spoke to my cousin and he's like, yeah, come now. I think I said that already. Or come whenever, he said. Come. He didn't say come now. He said, come whenever, you're welcome whenever. And so my gut was like, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. So I'm just like, okay. And then it was such a strong feeling. I don't know if you've ever felt that, where it's just like, it's almost like anxiety, where you just like, know you have to go, I gotta go now. You ever get ready for an event? Let's say you have this party to go to and you get ready, but you're ready like 2 hours early by accident. And you're sitting there and you're just like bored and you're just like, I gotta do something. I can't just wait. And is that just me? And it's that feeling of you just want to go. You just want to go. You're ready. You're dressed. You just want to go do something. It was kind of like that feeling, but like so strong that I knew that there were things that I wanted to do before I left Squamish, like things that I wanted to do since I got to Vancouver, and I just never did them. And I'm like, I wanted to hike the Chief, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go hike the Chief before I leave, and I tossed everything in the van. I was like trying to flip the furniture at the time, and that was part of it where I'm like, I have to either get rid of this furniture or get storage for another month. And I felt this pressure, so I'm just like, no, I have to get rid of the furniture. So I just got rid of the furniture, like I gave it away to people. Like I listed it for free. I'm just like, take it. And they went to like homes where people appreciated it, so that was fine. And then I threw all my stuff in the van, got everything together. Like I had to go to the ICBC or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hike the Chief. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. I go to the Chief, and it was like a nightmare. The parking lot was crammed, packed full, and it wasn't even that late. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Why am I here? I don't even want to do this. I don't want to be here with all these other people. Like, I just want to be alone. You know what I mean? I prefer to just hike a quiet place where nobody knows about, with like less of an epic view, if it just means that I can be alone. So I'm just like, forget it. And then I got out of the parking lot, I got onto the highway, And I just started driving. And I just drove and drove and drove. I drove. I went to, I think it was Merritt that I stopped in, and I went to see a new friend, who actually has a YouTube channel. Trying to remember. Okay, if it comes to me, I'm gonna tell you guys what his channel is. But anyways, I don't wanna. Dang it, he might be watching this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, so stopped off, saw my friend in Merritt, and then I just kept driving, and I drove all the way back to Montreal. Like obviously, I slept, once in a while, and I got back in this weird timing of it was like perfect timing with the not just with the fires, but with things that started happening in my cousin's life that if I got here any later, I probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to stay here during the winter. The long story. Anyway, so the timing was kind of perfect. So I'm gonna read these comments. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Really felt for you when you went with the lady and oh, thank you, Dave. It's fine. You know what? That was the most awesome experience I could have possibly have ever had. It was stressful as F, and I really don't appreciate what happened in Calgary. I really don't. But you know what? That experience made me so much stronger and more confident. It opened my awareness of what I could do if I set my mind to it, and why it's so important to, like, we don't even realize what we can accomplish until our back is against the wall. It's only when you really feel that pressure, like, okay, it's like I have to do this or I'm gonna die, that you get things that you thought were impossible done. And so I keep trying to go back there in my mind and remember that feeling where things that I want to do, but I'm like, oh, that looks hard or impossible or whatever. No, if you have no other choice but to accomplish that thing, you will get it done. The problem is, of course, that there are things that we have to sacrifice along the way in order to get things done in an epically short amount of time or what with limited resources or whatever. So you really got to decide what's important to you. But the point is that you can get a lot more done or accomplish more or do things beyond your scope of what you thought was possible for yourself if you look at it in that sense, where if you had no choice, how would you do it? Because you can do it. Okay, so my question is, Heidi, do you have any advice on how to show our self-love while dealing with doing chores and to keep the house livable while a narc family member don't do the basics? Okay. I have plenty of experience with that. Yeah. So I'm trying to do this in a nutshell without knowing very much about your situation. So I'm assuming, I don't know if you're doing it because you are being told to do it or because you want to do it. Because if you don't want to do something, you don't necessarily have to do it. And we don't always realize that in the moment because there might be pressure to do it. So, that's something to look into as well. But if you're doing it because, which most of us I think are, because let's say the house is a mess and either you're going to do it or no one's going to do it. You're probably going to do it because you want the place to be clean, right? So when you think about the fact that the other individual is not doing it, that causes you harm because you're resenting them, right? So your focus is based on the resentment of I'm putting this much energy in and I'm being taken advantage of and they don't care and the this and the that, right? If instead you focus on the fact that I am choosing to do this and I'm, just going by my speculation on what's probably happening here, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're focusing on I'm doing this because I want it to be clean, and I enjoy when it's clean, and therefore I'm going to do it. Is it exhausting? Here's the thing. There's no answer when you're living with a narcissist. There's no answer that's going to help you get to a point where you are finally happy and in peace while you're living with a narcissist. You may have moments where you feel happy and at peace, but generally, when you're living with a narcissist, it's not going to stay that way, for the simple fact that even if you were avoiding them and doing all these right things to try to keep your own mental space and even physical space zen while they're doing whatever bull in a china shop thing, when a narcissist recognizes, when they see that you're happy, when they see that you're at peace, they'll target you, right? So it is nearly impossible to maintain that. So you want to also have reasonable expectations, and the reasonable expectations are to recognize that they're going to mess with you as long as you're around there. And if you see it coming, then it won't have such a negative effect on you. Whereas if you think that you finally solved the issue and then the issue proves itself to not be solved, then you're being disappointed, and that hurts you, I think, more than having reasonable expectations and knowing that, yeah, they're going to mess with me. They're going to mess with me, but I'm mentally prepared that they're going to mess with me, and therefore I'm going to maintain my peace because I can see it coming. I feel like that's probably more helpful. I don't know your situation, Heidi. I would love to know if you are making plans to get the F out of there, because no narcissist is ever going to suddenly become pleasant to live with, unless they're undergoing significant and constant therapy by their own choice, which, never happens except for like that one YouTuber that's doing it. Rarely happens, I should say. Hey, Mystic Hair. So yeah, I'd say manage your expectations, Heidi. Make plans to leave. Focus on the reasons you're doing it and the happiness you get out of it, instead of focusing on the resentment you have towards them or whatever that negativity is. Choose where you're putting your energy and your mental focus. I hope that helps. If you have any follow-up questions on that, just let me know. Oh, you retracted your message, Teresa? Oh, I want to know what it is. Heather says, greetings and salutations from Melbourne. Thank you, Heather. How's it going? Extremist travel. I have 2 questions. Okay. Is full-time van life... Sorry, I'm distracted because Nala looks like she's trying to get on the table, which means she's probably going to knock stuff over, which means I'm going to be annoyed. What are you doing? Sit down. No! Okay. We're fine so far. Okay. Is full-time van life something you feel you may revisit in the future? And 2 is, would you ever consider a world travel series on this channel? Okay, so in terms of van life, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to van life again, because I don't feel called to do it anymore, and I'll get into that in a second. If I do any kind of van life trips, that's a very big possibility, because I really enjoyed trips. I enjoy the fact that I have everything that I need in my car, van, whatever, and I can sleep wherever I want, and just go and be where I am. I absolutely adore that. What I didn't adore is not having enough space for my stuff, not really being able to work as consistently as I prefer to work. Not having access to a shower and a washroom all the time. And yes, I had, the gym membership and all that. It's just, it can be a pain in the butt. Just little things like that. So pros and cons. So am I going to do it again full time? I don't think so, unless I need to. If I need to, I will. I'm not going to now, because for the cats, is my primary thing. If I didn't have the cats, I probably would have just gotten a car and moved to Mexico already. I don't know. But my primary consideration is the cats and what's best for them. And right now, what's best for them is to be here. While I'll explain another day, but that's what's going on with that. So yeah, small trips, very possible. Full time van life, only if I need to. Um, world travel, I don't know. I do not know. There are places in the world that I would like to visit, would have loved to visit. It is not um, on my list for the coming chapter of my life. So I feel like my life works in chapters. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, where whatever it is, time period that I'm basically inundated in certain topics or whatever. So I did van life for 2 years, and now I'm doing the book and whatever else. And I go where I feel called to go. I felt passionately called to do van life, and I did, and it was right for me at the time. Then I felt pulled. Please don't walk on the keyboards. Thank you. I felt pulled to come back here and to finish. I was passionately driven to finish the book, and therefore I did it. But I do not feel passionately driven to travel abroad right now, because there are other things that are my focus. And I think getting the land, the homesteading situation, that's probably higher up on my list than traveling abroad. But I mean, there's places I would like to see. I don't really know where my life is going right now, because normally I have some sort of a trajectory. I have a plan in my mind. I'm just like, I have a vision for my future. And I feel like I've been guided to not do anything. I've been guided to shut up and sit down for whatever this time period is. I've been guided to wait, to just wait, just get into the present moment and wait, and do the book and the videos and whatever else I got. And I have ideas for the things that I'm doing, but I'm very guided to stay in one place right now. And that's annoying because, as I was trying to say before, I was coming here for Christmas, and then I was going to leave after Christmas, which I still plan on doing. I just don't know how that's going to play out, because I don't know where I'm going to go, because I don't have a clear vision. It's very annoying. Very, very annoying. I feel like it's going to be revealed to me when it's time, and I'm not supposed to know now, and it pisses me off. That's okay, Dave. I'm a loner too most of the time. So I guess that answers the question, is if I'm staying in Montreal. No, I don't hate Montreal. I love Montreal. I hate Quebec. I love Montreal. I hate Quebec. Like, I hate Quebec. I missed it here while I was gone, because we have better food here than anywhere else in the country. But then when I got here, I realized immediately that Quebec sucks. And if you are offended by that, I don't know what to tell you, because Quebec sucks. The language politics sucks. The infrastructure sucks. The politics sucks. The potholes suck. People's attitude here largely sucks. And if you've never left, you don't understand it. But when you come back from the West, Westerners are like Southern Americans, to the best of my knowledge, where people are actually say hi to you and acknowledge your existence when they see you on the street. When you come back here, people give you dirty looks if you say hi to them. It is very different, and I hate it here. So I plan to leave. I just don't know where I'm going to go or all of that, because whatever, I won't get into it. What was I? Okay. So first question, full-time van life, and second question, yeah, did that one. Just she had that feeling. Hi, Mystic. I said that before. I said hi to you. How do you notice when it's my guides? How do I notice when it's my guides? I think that was something that I adapted to over many years of exploring it. And I don't exactly know how to explain that because it's something. It's like trying to explain how to hear ghosts when you're a medium. It's like when you experience it, and if someone has never experienced it, it's hard to explain to them exactly what you're experiencing. But it's kind of like a knowing, and it's often validated by either physical sensations or by actual tangible reality and synchronicities. And it can be validated repeatedly over and over again because you're not listening to the message. I felt that way. I had to see my dad several times before he passed. Hi, Billy B. Eminem Caravan. Nice. Hey, guys. Did you sell your Dodge minivan? Yes, I did. Do I have other transportation? I don't. I sold my Grand Caravan a couple weeks ago, something like that. 2 weeks ago, something like that. And not long ago, not long at all, maybe a week ago. And I have no transportation right now, and my goal. So for some reason, I was inspired to get a Ford Explorer because I saw this reel. Where they were smashing a truck into a bunch of cars. The Ford Explorer made it out the best, like by far. And all the other ones got crushed into smithereens. And so basically it was like, the message was that you're more likely to survive a crash in a Ford Explorer. I'm like, yep, that's my car. That's the one. And it happens to have like a ton of trunk space. I'm like, I think that's my car. So yeah, I don't know. That's my goal with that. We'll see what happens. Thank you, M&M Caravan. Okay, Daily Dose says the narcissist will always need fuel and will get in one way or another. Exactly. The best way to deal with a narcissist is to not deal with them. To just go no contact. Return to freedom. Did you change your channel handle? That's pretty cool. I like it. Great advice about the chores. Thank you. You just saw the video with the truck crushing. Right on. Tim White says, hi, are you renting a room or living with friends? I lost your last video. I scrapped my van. Yes, I scrapped the van because I was going to sell the van. I was trying to sell the van. And then as I was like showing it to people, it started to become more evident that the safest thing for other people to do was just to scrap the van. And I didn't want to screw anyone over. And I got a really good deal for a scrapper. I got an inbox message from someone saying that they'll take the van. I'm like, okay, I think that's what I'm being led to do, and that feels like the right thing to do. So I'm going to scrap the van instead of selling it because this van seems to be very rusted and it's not safe. So that's what I did. Plus, like, it needed a bunch of repairs, so we're going to cost a bunch of money. It wasn't worth it. You did save. Yeah, exactly. I remember you, Lori. That's why I was like, something's different. Hey, Rosemary. Okay. So, and I'm not renting a place. I'm living with my cousin. It was supposed to be temporary just to stay here for Christmas. I mean, it is temporary, not supposed to be. It's just I didn't expect to come so early. I thought it would be coming later anyway. And then after the holidays, after the holidays is a different, we'll get to that when we get to that. Then I have a message from someone who is a trader. Someone who thinks that I can't read their comments on other people's videos where they're throwing me under the bus, and yet come to my channel and pretend we're buddies, which is absolutely bizarre to me. Hi Anna, how are you? Thank you. Constant Van Life says, this chat was marked private. What? Was it? Is anybody else having problems with the chat? Seems to be okay now. Please tell me. It should be okay. But yes, please tell me. I didn't even know that was a thing. Heidi says, I would love to watch homestead videos. Thank you, Heidi. That is like totally the thing that I want to move towards. Lori says, hi. Oh, wait. Okay, so wait. We've established the hi thing. We've been talking for this bit. I'm scared to be honest with people in my life about what I really want, which is to leave. Any advice on how to be authentic with... Yes, girl. Hey, you know what? I got a whole chapter on exactly that in here, on being authentic and expressing yourself. Just shameless plug. Any advice on how to be authentic with that, knowing it won't really make them happy? Yes. First of all, you can't make everyone happy. And okay, how do I summarize this? Basically, when we are living to make other people happy at our expense, you know, if you know that something's going to make you happy and you don't do it, or you know that not doing it makes you unhappy, and you choose to let yourself suffer in that way, in that sense, to not be happy, whether you are, you know, causing yourself, inflicting that pain of knowing that you want to do it and not doing it, or just not going towards a thing that you feel like would make you happy. When you're causing yourself that pain for other people, that's something that you want to look into, because other people's happiness is not your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. Just like other people are not responsible for your happiness. We don't want to go around inflicting pain on other people, okay, as empathetic humans, but you're not responsible for fixing other people's feelings, and they're not responsible for fixing yours. You have to be responsible for your own happiness. And there's so much more to that, because a lot of the time people may react to things that you want or say that you want because they're afraid, because either they're afraid that you're going to do something that's going to cause you pain on the line, so they care about you, but their fear is keeping you from your own happiness because they care about you and they're afraid. Okay, you have to be aware that just because somebody wants or says that they want you to do or not do something may not be in your best interest, even if they think in the moment that it is. But it's not. Only you know what's in your best interest. And sometimes you have to try things, you have to do things, you have to experience things to experience it, to learn from that, just to try it, just to have gone through it. And in the end, it might not bring you where you expected to bring you, or bring you the feelings that you expected it to bring you, or it might not truly make you happy. But if you feel called to be doing something or moving towards that thing, it's important to do that, because you're being called to it for a reason. Through that process of doing it, you're learning something about yourself. You're learning, hey, maybe this does make me happy, or maybe this doesn't make me happy, but now I understand that it doesn't make me happy. Now that I can be at peace because I tried the thing, and now I know that it's not for me. Or I've learned something from this experience that is actually showing me that I should be going in a completely different direction, because it's showing me what I actually do want, or a slightly different direction. But if you're being called towards an experience, it's for a reason. And when we do the things that we're called to do, and when we create our own happiness, when we take responsibility for our own feelings and happiness, and we do that for ourselves, the people who actually care about us, people who actually care about you, want you to be happy, right? People who actually care about you are not prioritizing their own happiness or their own feelings over yours. They want you to be happy. If they don't want you to be happy, they don't actually care about you, and therefore their opinion doesn't matter, right? But if they actually care about you, they want you to be happy, and they may tell you to do things or not do things because they think it's the right thing for you, but they could be wrong. And therefore, when you defy that because you know what's right for you or what's wrong for you, you know, so you defy what they think that is right or wrong for you. And then you get your results in the end because you've taken responsibility for your happiness. You find your happiness. And then in the end, they're going to be happy for you. They're going to change their perspective because they realize that what they thought they wanted for you wasn't right, but they were just scared or didn't know better or whatever it was. When you take responsibility for your happiness and you act on that, in the end, the people who truly care about you, the people who matter, will be happy with the outcome. I hope that helps. There's so much more I could say on that topic, but we're gonna move on from that for now. I hope that helped. No problem, Heidi. So the video of the truck crushing you. Oh yeah, okay, right. Waiting for the Grand Caravan. Okay. Oh yeah, no, they didn't do a Grand Caravan. That probably would have traumatized me. Saw the video of the... Oh yeah, wait. I just went backwards. Hold on a second. No, stop it. Hey, Grayson. Rosemary. Of course, Lori. Of course I remember you. Eminem Caravan says, thanks for answering my question. Of course I will. Ford Explorer. Used to have an Explorer. Took the seats out to make a camper SUV. It was great until my husband passed. Aww. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Tan says, greetings from Istanbul. Hello, Tan. Grayson says, sure thing. Also repeating to yourself, no one has the power over me. Yes, that's right, Grayson. Mystic says, thank you. She says, good advice. It's through our authenticity that we find our soul tribe. Absolutely. If you are not, this is interesting. This is a bit of a segue into a story if you guys are interested in hearing it. If you're not authentic, oh no. If you're not, it's only 5. Hello? Hi, I'm doing another live stream. Hi, je fais un autre live stream sur mon autre channel. Yeah, mais ça me dérange pas, c'est juste de pas dire tellement, like, de pas dire les affaires qui vont te causer des problèmes ou va, don't demonetize me. Okay.
Yeah, I won't say anything fucked up.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry. Just gotta have this figured out.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can go outside. It's okay. It's just, laisse pas les chats dehors.
Okay.
That's all. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. So, are you into video games or book reviews? Oh, like for the channel? I'm not going to turn this into a gaming channel, but I mean, I'm not against video games. I don't generally play video games because to me they're a giant waste of time. It's easy to get, it's not my thing, you know what I mean? I like playing video games. I haven't in the past, but it's just not my thing. It stresses me out more to know that I've wasted my precious life, energy, and time on a video game where I could have been doing something that I consider productive, I guess, or whatever. And I'm not gonna do book reviews because I don't know. Just I don't know. It doesn't call me. I was saying something before and I forget what it was. Oh, I was segueing into a story, I think. Maybe I was interrupted on purpose so that I don't tell that story. Yes, wild tiny life. We speak French here. Why I want to leave. I want to leave so bad. I'm just kidding. I mean, not about the leaving. I definitely want to leave, but it's not because I have to speak French. Good advice and authenticity. Wait, Istanbul. I lost my place. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Greetings from the Caribbean. Hi, Gail. Trinidad and Tobago. Did I say it right? Tobago? Tomato. Okay, stop. Congrats on your book. Thank you, Gail. Thank you very much. How authenticity leads to finding your soul tribe. Thank you, girl. Finding your tribe of being authentic. Okay, so also shameless plug again for anybody who wasn't here. There's stuff in here about being authentic and the importance of being authentic, because one of the ways that you learn to love yourself is to know even who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you love yourself? You can't love the person that you don't know, right? So, and through learning who you are and then being who you are, being authentic, expressing yourself authentically, because if you are not allowing yourself to exist, you are definitely not loving yourself, because you need to love yourself you need to be yourself. You need to allow yourself to exist in the world to love yourself. That is the basis of it, right? And then also, if when you're looking to have connection with other people, if you are not being a reflection of if you are not being yourself, other people cannot meet you. They will meet the fake version that you're putting out into the world. So you can't have authentic relationships with people until you are expressing yourself as who that is and allowing people who like you to find you, because you are being you. And also in being you, you are most likely choosing activities or whatever that are reflective of who you are, what you like, what is reflective of your values and your standards. And then in so doing that, you are meeting other people who are also interested in the same things with similar beliefs and values and that kind of thing. And then you are meeting people who are in alignment with who you are. So you have to, and that's in a very tangible way. And there's also, if you want to look at it like a vibrational frequency law of attraction way, you can do that too. But in a very logical, tangible way, you have to be authentic to find your tribe. And I think that a lot of people, that may be a big obstacle, is like, well, a lot of us are dealing with isolation or being lonely in the kind of society that we live in right now, that's built around us. And part of that is that we are living in a world that is so narcissistic, we base our lives online, and the lives online that we build are fake. They're full of filters, they're full of the highlight reel of your life. And so nobody's building real, well, not nobody, I'm generalizing here. People are often not building genuine connections with people, with like-minded people, because they're not even being themselves. So no one can meet them. No one can meet you because you haven't shown the world who that is. So sorry, that was a little rant. Oh, bye, Lori. You spelt it right, but there's a space between O and revoir. The two words, but you spelt it right. Okay, I caught up to all the comments. Did anybody have any questions? I don't know if you can hear this, but he's watching TV or something. On his phone, I guess. I know who I am, but I'm still learning to be me. Yeah, that's a process. There's getting to know who you are, and there's getting comfortable expressing that into the world, right? Mm. Yes, that was a segue, but I lost wind or lost steam on the story I was going to tell, but essentially, a big part of loving yourself that I talk about in my book, again, in my book, Unconditional Self-Love. I'm going to be annoying about this. I'm sorry. I've never pushed something so hard, but I'm so proud of this book. Like, I'm sure that there are little things here and there that I'm gonna find that I'm gonna be like, oh, I should change that or whatever, and maybe I'll do a second edition one day down the line or something. But I'm so proud of this book. I'm gonna be annoying about it because I do really truly think that people are gonna like get value out of it. And a big part of loving yourself is, did I already say that? Oh yeah, knowing who you are and being who you are, allowing yourself to exist in the world, right? And respecting yourself in that sense, where if you were your own best friend and you tell yourself, I think you are fantastic the way you are. And it's always important to, be introspective and self-aware enough that we take accountability and responsibility for the things that are not so great about ourselves, right? And we are constantly, all of us, constantly in a process of growing and healing, unless you're not taking any accountability for yourself at all, where in that case you're not growing at all, and you're just remaining the same douchebag for the rest of your life that you've always been. But if you are taking accountability and responsibility for yourself, then you are growing. And so it is a lifelong process that we become better versions of ourselves or improved versions of ourselves. But you still have to, I think I lost my train of thought a little bit there, but you still have to allow the version of you that is to exist in the world. So if you were your best friend, you're telling yourself, I think you're awesome. I think you're freaking awesome. And you should be your awesome, authentic self. And other people might not find your sense of humor funny, but you know what? I do, and maybe you're not out for everybody, but you're for me and you're for whoever else gets you, right? To allow yourself to be who you are and not be for everyone. Just allow yourself to not be for everyone, to be disliked by some people, to be hated by some people, because everyone is hated by someone. The only way you can be avoiding people disliking you or hating you is by hiding under a rock. So people who either hiding under a rock, or the alternative is to pretend that you're what everybody wants at all different times. So you're with one person and you're pretending to be exactly what they want, and then you're with someone else and you're pretending to be somebody else, right? It's pretending to be exactly what the other person wants. And that's problematic in itself, because oftentimes when you do that, truth comes out sometimes and you get caught and then you end up with enemies anyways. But what I'm saying is, there's no way to really get through life unscathed or to make everyone happy all the time and be liked by everyone. Okay? So you might as well just be yourself and allow people to dislike you and allow people to hate you, and then also allow people who like you, oftentimes really like you, to find you, right? And yeah. Try to meet other people if you haven't met yourself. Exactly, Heather. Gracie says, so happy you have found inner peace. Thank you. Thank you, Gracie. Keep pushing that book. I will. Thank you, Mystic. Thank you. Just start a YouTube channel, being yourself, and you'll learn very quickly you're not for everyone. Exactly. Ain't that the truth? And that's the other thing, is that there are people in the world who have a very, very hard time with authentic people. They have a very hard time with the truth. They can only feel comfortable living in a fantasy world or a fake world where they have control over how people see them and whatever. And these are people who are the absolute most insecure. They have such a fragile sense of self, this fragile ego. And in order to protect their ego and their sense of self, to protect themselves, the best way that they can is to try to control everything and everyone. And they try to control the way that they're perceived. And so when they meet or see someone who tells the truth a little too much or is a little too authentic, it triggers them. It makes them very uncomfortable. If they can't control that person and they have a need for control, they have a problem with that. So when you start to really love yourself and respect yourself, creating boundaries, not letting people walk all over you, you're going to get pushback. You're going to get people who don't like it. People will not like that you don't let them get away with things. They will not like that you won't let them take advantage of you. They will not like that you won't bend over backwards for them. Okay? So the best way to, or one of the biggest things about learning to love yourself on that journey of loving yourself and respecting yourself is you're going to have to learn to deal with the fact that the more you love and respect yourself, the more pushback you're going to get from toxic people who just can't stand that. Awesome achievement, and there's nothing wrong with plugging it. Oh, I just read that. Thank you. I've been reading From Triggered to Tranquil. It states being triggered is part having relationships with humans. Am I reading this right? Is about being self-aware and learning. Awesome, Heidi. It triggers their ego and how they identify. That's exactly it. And yeah, so I've been doing this for an hour. What do you guys want to know? I don't know. At first I was like, am I going to do one of those live streams where I just like sit here and I got hair stuck to my hair tie. Where I just sit here and like we do nothing and talk about whatever for like 17 hours. I could do that. Do you guys want to do that? I probably won't because, first of all, my cousin's on his way back home. I don't know when he's gonna hear. Supposedly around 7, but I don't believe that. And also his friend is like sitting outside, so it might be easier if I just end the stream soon. And also it's good for people on the replay to who actually want to watch the whole stream to be able to and not be like intimidated by a 17-hour live stream. Yeah, so if you have any last minute questions or whatever, let me know. I know we were going to talk about what we're going to do with this channel, so I have an episode for this week that I'm not totally finished. Honestly, I was going to try to finish it this weekend, but it's a long story. It was not a great weekend. But yeah, getting that up, and then from there, I know people have told me, oh, just film whatever, but my life is boring. What do you want me to do? Here's me pouring a coffee. Here's me drinking a coffee. Here's me sitting at a laptop. Hey, Russ. Aw, Russ. I miss van life too, in some senses, but it's over now, so I guess I'll just delete my channel then. Is that what you want? Is that what you want, Russ? Thank you, Heather. I want to do like homesteading stuff. Like I want to make sourdough and stuff like that, but I just can't. The way things are right now, I literally I just logistically can't right now. Dang it. You know, I'm listening to you guys, but we're about finished. We're gonna be about finished this stream in a couple minutes. I think film whatever until it comes to you. People here are here because they. Oh, thank you. No, I was just joking. I'm not gonna delete my channel for real. For real, are you kidding me? It took me so long to get here. So long. Also, if you are here, okay, so if you are here and you didn't come here at the beginning or whatever, two things. One, so I have another channel. If you search on YouTube Natasha Hynes, or you can just go on my channel and you'll see it's there somewhere. Natasha Hynes is my other YouTube channel. If you're interested, on that channel, what I'm going to be focusing on now is cults and exposés on like culty stuff and that kind of thing. And also the second thing is, if you didn't know, I have a book called Unconditional Self-Love. I see it backwards. Not sure how you see it right now, but it's called Unconditional Self-Love, and it's on Amazon. So you can just go to Amazon whatever country you're in, and you look up Unconditional Self-Love or my name or whatever, and you'll find it. Okay. Is there going to be an audiobook? Yes. Probably early next year. That's the plan for that. I 100% plan to do an audiobook. Lots of things going on, guys. Lots of things going on. Doing my best. Self-love content. Wicked. I like that. Nice. I always think that that's going to bore people. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I got to figure out an interesting, exciting way to show it. Thank you, Eminem. Josie's Serenity Wagon says, hey, you know how to sing, so why? It's singing. I do sing. Maybe. I kind of want to I have an idea for an episode. What about collabs on other channels to do with self-love and stories of self-love? If you have any suggestion of channels, I'll take it, but I can't think of any particular channels that match that description. So yeah, if you want to message me on Instagram, if you guys want to join me on Instagram, I have Instagram for this vlog. It's called, it's at Quest Southwest Vlog on Instagram. We have like 38,000 people on there. And then if you want to, you know what, your best bet is there. And yes, I do answer my DMs, although Instagram is glitchy and I don't always get them right away. Sometimes it doesn't show me a notification, like I can't see the message even if I'm in my inbox for like 3 days. I don't know why, so just be aware of that. You want me to sing? Okay, well, I'm not gonna do it now because I'm like just getting over a cold, but I will try to put that in there. I still have my guitar though, so whatever. Hey Maria, podcast Heidi wants to know why not you should read. Reading the book on this channel. Maybe in little segments or somewhere showing that in a video somewhere. Not sure what you're asking me, Heidi, in regards to a podcast. I did have a podcast for a while called Self-Love, and oh my God, my brain just stopped working. Unconditional spirit. Oh my God, it's like erased from my brain. Spiritual growth? Self-love and spiritual growth, something like that. Oh my God. I stopped uploading to my podcast. I mean, around early on with van life because it was very difficult to record. And now it's just not active or something like that. Like I think I have to pay to reactivate my podcast, which I probably will next year at some point. Okay, so there's company here who is waiting for me to get off the live stream so they can like watch TV or something like that. So I'm gonna get off the live stream. So yeah, I hope I answered all your questions. Thank you so much for being here. Check out my book on Amazon, Self-Love and Unconditional Self-Love. I'm gonna take some vitamins. I'll do a detox. I'll come back next time with more of my brain. Thank you guys. If you want to check out my other channel, it's Natasha Hynes on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.